What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with Itz A Chicago vibe, and we will be dropping a new episode every week. Stay tuned. What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with Itz A Chicago vibe, and today we have a special guest host that's with us, and we're gonna be talking about a real life subject of men who want to change, but the streets got a hold on them. Stay tuned.
DJ Mr.Success.
It's a Chicago vibe, now streaming on all platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. From Lady T. Marie and yours truly, Mr.Success. All right, everybody, welcome back to It's a Chicago vibe with me,
Mr.Success.
Lady T, and our new appearance on the show, Mr. Earnest. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How everybody doing?
All right. And
We good.
we're talking about men who want to change, but the streets have a tight hold, and I'm living proof of this here. This is a good topic, I'm getting into this media field and everything a little late because of the same topic. I've been getting into music and film since grammar school and stuff, and just been in and out, and the stories of us as young black men. There's a lot of stuff that pulls our attention away from what we need to be on, and sometimes it's what you worried about, what a person think of you, or it might just be anything, some simple thing. But I'm gonna hand the mic over to Lady T and let her, share her thoughts on this topic first.
Okay. Well, I felt compelled to talk about this because it's a lot of men, mainly black men, because that's who I'm more so connect with. But it's a lot of men who that I speak to on a regular basis who really in their heart really want to change or desire to, make to serve God or to just live a different type of lifestyle, but because they a product of their environment, or they was because of maybe generational curses on their bloodline or whatever it may be, they feel like that's it, that's the end. And so I wanted to do this show to really to dedicate to anybody, whether you're a man, woman, but mainly the men, because the men are considered as the head under God, to let them know that you are loved, that you are God's king, and you don't have to stay where you are. You can um, reach out. And I want to say this too. And I know, and we talked about on the show, like we need more big brother, big sisters programs. It's not even really a program. We just need somebody that's gonna stand in the gap a little bit more. Like the church needs to really be churching instead of being in the four walls, because God hold a standard for us to, to be that light in a dark place for people. Like people out here hurt in real life. You know what I mean? And when it comes to men, I'm not a man, but I do have brothers. I do have men in my family and connected to me, and they come to me, and confide in me about a lot of things that's personal. And a lot of them was, raised up, think look, I'm gonna be soft. You know what I'm saying? If I lay this down or lay that down, I don't want to be looked at as soft, because I gotta hold this type of standard, and you don't have to. The older you get, the wiser we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel nobody's shoes because your daddy was in it, your grandma, your uncle, cousin, whoever, was in anything that, you have to be your own individual. And if God is pulling you out of it, just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, you gonna continuously be in on a merry-go-round like the children of Israel in that circle, going around and around and around until you just surrender, you know. But I want to pass it to Ernest and get your opinion on our topic.
Well, I really just want to piggyback off what you said. I'm a definitely a product of my environment. I've been there, I've done that, but and I also been that boy that wanted out. And the only out I had was the blessing that God gave me, and that was incarceration. That was a blessing to me. Don't nobody see it as that, but when I went in, I was uneducated. I was emotionally, intellectually immature. I was I, I I didn't know no other way but what my environment showed me. I didn't have a father figure. And that's the key thing right here is we don't need the churches. We don't need the churches. We need our black men to position themselves in the right position.
Yeah,
Black men are out of position, and it's only one way. Ain't no doctor, can't no doctor renew your brain. Only God can. You know what I'm saying? And renew the brain, and that's what it took for me because I couldn't believe nothing that I didn't see, and that's where the power lies in faith, believing in the unseen, and a lot of people don't even know that. And
yeah,
it's deeper than that, but I mean, it don't have nothing to do with the churches because I'm gonna be honest with you, the church ain't even the problem. They part of the problem, because they
yeah,
misinformed a lot. And what the Bible, what they call the church folks in the Bible, they call them tax collectors, and that's exactly what it is. But I don't blame them, you know what I'm saying? Only thing I can do is just pray for them in silence and
yeah.
allow God to create this unforbidden army that he got building up on the streets, and
Absolutely.
a lot of people, a lot of people, judge people for jail. Society judge people for jail, but jail was the best thing that ever happened to me. That was
Yeah,
I found out my real identity through incarceration. I
mm,
found what type of power I possess as a spiritual man in incarceration.
yeah,
God got to sit people down who we call, especially people like me who's hypertensive. I couldn't sit still, you know, and it's a struggle. So for black men, when they begin to dig deep, stop blaming people, stop playing the blame game, and figure out what's going on inside of them, then have
yeah,
acceptance. You got to have acceptance for whatever's going on inside of you to
yeah,
conquer it, is to accept it. You got to accept it, then you build a coping mechanism to deal with it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But society tells you need a codependency. You need a pill for this. You need a pill for that. But
Yeah.
you only need Jesus. You only need the source of the spirit. And
Amen.
that's what did it for me. I
Mm,
don't got to sit here and talk about my past because that's not me anymore. And even though when I go fill out a job application, I got to put I was incarcerated, and then they look at me different. But God can oversee that. You
yeah.
can't get past that without God. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna open no door for you if you don't ask. You
Yeah.
got to knock. You got to knock on whatever door. You got to pay yourself for whatever you ask for. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Absolutely.
put it in that position. Everything has to go in order. Everything has to be cleanliness and in order for God to even operate, to be in the midst. You know,
Absolutely.
and that's what did it for me. And I'm not where I want to be, but I'm where I need to be, and that's the important thing. And I got real joy, real peace. I'm very unbothered. Things that come against me, I know how to command the spirit away from me. I mean, it's it's just tapping into the source. That's everything. It takes some work though. Prayer, supplication, fasting. And some people who don't believe in religion, you ain't even got to do it that way. Just get in the quiet corner and talk to your chair, talk to somebody, because you got to get it out.
Yeah.
And release.
Absolutely.
We hold on to pride, pain, trauma, and it tears us down, and tears, and we hurt people that's around us. And once we learn how to deal with self, then we'll be able to be a law-abiding citizen.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely.
that's what
Yes.
I call it. But that's just my opinion. I don't speak nothing but the truth. So, and if you don't believe me, you just read it for yourself and research. But it worked for me. It worked for me, and I'm blessed. I'm powerful, and I got the world. And I'm I'm something else, and I don't even got to sit and say it because my walk matched my talk, and that's what it's all about.
Amen.
Being real with self. A lot of people think that they go through things, and they look at the pain and the trauma in it instead of looking at the blessing in it.
Yeah.
You know, and when I began to look at the blessing of being incarcerated, I was able to become educated. I was able to become ordained, to even speak, you know,
Hmm.
and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
That's the piece of it. That's the freedom. You got to value your freedom, you know. But what is free? You know what I'm saying? You got to be free within
Yeah.
and touch everybody you come across. You know what I'm saying? They should see the light of God in you. I mean, the Bible say three pertinent things about a man. The first thing he says, the man don't become a man until he put his childish ways behind.
Amen.
And then the second thing say, a man should be the light of the Lord. That means everybody I come in contact with in the world should see the light of God in me.
Hmm.
And when that happens, that's when you become free, connected to the light, connected to the source. And that's
Yeah.
where everything lies. That's how you position yourself and where you want to be, and where God wants you to be. Sometimes we have our own opinion and lead on our own understanding and think it's about the money, or think it's about this and that. But God will take care of you. I'm living proof. And I speak His word all day, every day, and that's the only thing that's supposed to come out of a person's mouth. You're supposed to speak life into everybody's situation, and not death. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's where it's at. That's where
Yeah.
it's at. But you got to put works into. Action is important. That's why
Hmm.
love is the action. Love,
Absolutely.
love, love is the action. Everything that's powerful got action in it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's a part of God. Love. Loving self discipline, and dedication. You got to be dedicated to self. A lot of people be out here dedicated to different games or different slang words or what they think the people should think they should be. What do you think of self? What do you think you should be at in life? Think about that. Forget about what people think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Um, what do you love?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's about,
Yeah.
but other than that, that's all I got. I was so eager to just come out here and speak. I had something else I wanted to talk about, but see, God knows shows up and tell you what it needs to be said. And
Amen.
I'm just grateful that I'm obedient. I'm grateful I'm obedient. You know, yeah. And I thank y'all. I thank y'all. Anybody have any questions?
I basically have well, I just wanted to say to what God put in my spirit for those of you, because sometimes we assume that everybody know how to get out of that pit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one thing you can do when I say pit is you in a place where you feel like you in a dry place. It's a desert. You know what I'm saying? And you want to change and you feel the pull of God, but you literally got, you know what I mean? You drown it because you got all these, negativity around. You got people in your ear gates. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come from among them first of all and be separated. And sometimes when God is trying to to mold you and to pour into you. God will isolate you, not to just have you isolated to be isolated, so that He can mold you and do what He needs to do on the inside of you, and so that He can purge you, so that He could consecrate you, and then God will send you back if it's necessary to go get them people that you want to get that was trying to keep you bound. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be free and you constantly around the same people that you was around and you like these my bros, these my woes and
Hold on. Let me stop you there because that's not all true. You know, sometimes God called you to be around them people to be the light. If
yeah,
you the light, you could change all things. You know what I'm saying? You could change
yeah,
situations. You know what I'm saying? You can go in the lion's den and
yeah.
shake up.
But but I'm
You know?
I'm not I'm not speaking. Okay, God said, okay, say if this is a young man who is surrounded by, I'm talking about somebody that want to be free.
Yeah.
If you bound, God said, come from among thee and be ye separated. If you bound, you can't help nobody. Satan can't cast out Satan. God will send you back once He put what He needs to deposit in you and purge you. He will send you back as a light into a dark place to be that light in a dark place. But
Yes.
you can't be
Yes.
a light to nobody. You can't be a light to nobody if you in darkness.
You're right.
Still living and doing the same
You
thing
can't.
we're doing,
Yeah.
you know.
You're right.
So
That's
that's why
absolutely true.
God said you have to have a renewing of the mind. God starts with your mind, He starts with your heart, and then He got to purge, He got to consecrate you from all that stuff. He got to gut you out like you gut a fish.
It
You know
goes,
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
it all
So
goes
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
can be
territory, even with like being locked up. If you think it's jail to you. But if
right.
if
Leave that.
Your
Leave
structure,
that.
drug jail, you
Leave
can
that.
learn structure. You know, you got to get up at a certain time. Some people sleep all day until the evening time when they're out here in the world on the street. You know, in jail, if you don't get up in the morning when them trays roll, you're not gonna eat for the day. So you learn
Come
structure.
on now.
You learn a lot of things. Jail is only the place, or even if you in the pit, in the hell's pit, it's what you make out of it. Sometimes take that time
right.
to redo yourself. It's called a place of rehabilitation. I mean, if you set your mind to do what you need to do, you're gonna come out a better person out of any situation that you put in, and then you
Yeah.
can be that light in a dark place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give an example. Like, many of y'all know that I who I am to the Lord. We ain't gotta go through that. Everybody know who Lady T is. So, when God had called me to the music and to do especially secular music and me being who I am to God, I was like, God, are you sure? And He was like, why not? I mean, like you said, I was prepared to go into the lion's den. I was prepared to go in a dark place because I had the light. But if I would have went into the dark place and didn't have the light, they would have devoured me. The enemy would have
Yes.
devoured me because my mind wasn't renewed because I look just like them. I'm doing everything they doing, but I have to be an example. Like you said, you got to see Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And if I would have went broken and all of that, God said I sent you to be a secret agent in the spirit to go get the lost at all costs. That was my assignment. And then even in that, it got to the point where I was getting in so deep, not too deep, but that some guy had to send somebody to come get me. Like you getting too comfortable. This is not what I called you to. I called you to be a light in a dark place. And so me trying to transition and kind of not really stay away from the people because I'm still connected to those people, but not the way they want me to be connected. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Because you sometimes you gotta go in the wilderness. Jesus even went in the wilderness so that you can hear from God, so that you can be one with God. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes gotta shift you. You know what I'm saying for a season so that you could so He could pour into you. You know what I mean? Because if you around people all the time, God told me this literally. So I had to shed a lot of people out of my life. And it's nothing personal because I had too many echoes in my ear. God said, you got too many echoes. This person said this person, and they pulling on you. I need you to get in a place where you can hear me. You know me, you know my voice. A stranger won't follow. So I need you to, sometimes you got to get in your secret place. All the time you need to be in your secret place if you want to really hear from God. You
Yes,
know what
Lord.
I'm saying? Yeah.
And I want also speak on the part where you were saying with like the programs and
Yeah.
stuff. We need resources in our communities. We need
Yes.
but we also need the community leaders that know how to sit in,
Yes.
that learn how that know how to sit in a boardroom and really figure out problems, be a problem solver, be what God
Yes.
called us to be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm
We
glad you
we,
said
we
that.
need to you know, it's just like doing math. We need to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We need to break it down and figure out what is the problem. What do we need to make our communities better? Because if we depend on people on the voting poll, we'd be stuck in the same situation forever.
Absolutely. And that's why God said in his word too, I'll make the rocks cry out. I don't want no rock to cry out for me. You know what I'm saying? I look at like I just feel like, and this is no disregard to no man. I just feel like, and it's men that I know, like you and I know Sammy and others that I know that stand up and do what God called them to do. But God is literally requiring for more men to step up and be the head and not the tail.
That's right. Which means being a spiritual leader.
You want, and oh Jesus, a lot of men. I ain't talking. I'm excluding y'all. Because I know y'all. But a lot of men want to be the head, but don't know how to lead properly. Only way you can lead a woman or your children or a nation or a community righteously is you gotta hear God. You gotta know.
But
That's the only
okay,
way.
you're right. You're right about that. But you can't lead nothing if everything ain't in order. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Which means, you know, you got to be married to self first. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Appreciate self, love self, and then you move on to a wife or a husband. You know,
Yeah.
the man, it's his job to be just a spiritual leader, nothing else. God say be the spirit, the head, not tell me only the spiritual leader. Because if he's the spiritual leader, then he's leading correctly. You know, he's supposed to guide the spirit. The Bible is I talk about this all the time. The Bible is all about spirit. So in each syllable or sentence in the Bible, you already know, identify that, hey, this is talking about spirit. So what about the spirit is it talking about? That's what you pray on,
Right.
you know? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So anyway, yeah, though some just can't blame it. I mean, I just had a infamy, and I was thinking that we should take this to another level.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I'm talking like really be out in the public,
And
Yeah.
the
should
people on the streets.
and
We we
definitely
working.
get to another level and do more things. But on that note, because we're running a little short of time,
I'm
we
sorry.
pause for a word from our sponsors and we'll return after these messages.
Oh,
All right.
I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. Shout out to my co-host. I have a podcast. For those of you who would like to be on my show, inbox me on it's a Chicago Vibe on YouTube or email me and Lady T Marie. My grandma don't love it. No chains holding me, even when I'm bruised and broken. So many issues, don't know what to do. I had to lose it all again. The Lord died for me, he paid the price, he died for free. He would never leave my side, even when I cry. His presence wiped the very tears from my eyes. No need to feel no more pain, I gain peace. I'm so complete, no chains holding me. I'm free at last, Dr. King had a dream. I'm free at last, Dr. King had a dream. Joseph, 2019, no enemy, holding me, no more slavery, no more burning through eternal fire. We the dead weight of the seat, now I got the victory. Open up my family, found a way, I'm finally free. I'm finally free.
Know Thyself by Joshua Brasuta. There are times where we feel everything is dull. We feel like everything is gray. This is because you do not know yourself. You will find your way to live life each and every day. Know yourself. Know your role. Find your gift. It can take days, months, years to find yourself. But you must keep searching. Only time will tell. But the real you is inside you. That person is the positive side of you. You live for you. You write your own rules. You write your own praises. We all go through this. But know thyself. Let love guide you home. Know yourself.
All right, everybody, welcome back to It's a Chicago Vibe, and we're here having a nice conversation as usual, you dig? And before we get out of here, though, like I say, Ernest, welcome aboard. Would you tell the people where they can find you at if they would like to get, hear you and see you again?
You can find me right here. I'm going to tune in almost every night.
All right, it's a Chicago Vibe, baby. That's right. Look them up on here. Make sure the hashtag you're on there. But before we get out of here, do any of you guys got anything else to share with the people?
No.
Man, I love you all.
I love y'all, and I do want to say we're gonna do a part 2 to this.
Definitely, we're gonna have to. And Lady B, on that note, then hit us with the words of affirmation for the week.
Okay, today's words of affirmation, if y'all know, is strictly from the throne. I just want to say to the Black woman, to the Black man, to all mankind, to be encouraged, be of good cheer, put God first, take care of your family, love one another, because that's the first commandment that God said for us to love one another and to love yourself. Self-love is the best love, and to forgive, because forgiveness is the key. To forgive those who have done wrong to you, forgive yourself for doing wrong to others. And that's just what it is. And God is calling us all to come higher and to be with one accord. So I'm signing out. My name is Lady T. Marie with It's a Chicago Vibe. I'm sending love to the world and hugs to them thugs.
DJ Mr.Success.
And you know my motto, when you with Mr.Success, you always have a ball. If I can't tell the truth, it's nothing at all. Mr.Success, bringing pleasure, no stress. Until next time, y'all, peace.
Ciao.
Peace.
C-H-I-C-A-G-O, let's go, C-H-I-C-A-G-O, let's go, C-H-I-C-A-G-O, let's go, C-H-I-C-A-G-O, let's go, C-H-I-C-A-G-O,
Thank y'all for tuning in to It's a Chicago Vibe. But before you go, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.